It's taken some work, but I finally have them. The worst of the worst.
Where?
Let's just say I put them in the hole, threw away the hole.
There's rumors, Amanda, that some of them have abilities.
Oh, yeah. I have seen things. Maybe Superman was some kind of beacon for them to creep back from the shadows. I want to assemble a task force of the most dangerous people on the planet who I think can do some good.
They're bad guys.
Exactly. And if anything goes wrong, we blame them. We have built-in deniability.
What makes you think you can control them?
Because getting people to act against their own self-interest is what I do for a living.
Are you the devil?
All you need to know is you work for me.
So that's it, huh? We're the patsies. We're some kind of suicide squad.
Let's go save the world.
You're in so much trouble. Hope you got insurance.
Know what they say about the crazy ones?
Huh? If I'd only see
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
that the joke was on me.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Watching every feature film that stars a certain Kid Crusader. Batman! Batman! Yes, of course I'm watching the cartoon and all 3 Lego movies. Batman! Batman! Sing it with me. Batman! Batman! This is big screen Batman! Oh, oops. Oh, Batman.
I think it was 2017
in June, that movie month, that I did The Suicide Squad. I watched it for the original time, and that's the one and only time I'd seen it. If you told me that I was going to do 2 podcasts about this movie, I would have said, "Oh, you are a crazy person." But yet, here I am, once again, talking about the 2016 David Ayer, right? Am I right with that? Film, Suicide Squad. And why? Why am I doing this again? Because the Batman is in it. Yes, he has his... He makes his appearance. He's in it not a lot. Not very much at all. I mean, I would say we see him interact with Will Smith. We see him interact with Harley Quinn and the Joker. And then we see Bruce Wayne, Mr. Ben Affleck, at the end with Amanda Waller. And that really is the precursor right there, the kind of little thing like, don't forget, Justice League is coming. And so that counts. It's a big screen movie. Batman's on the screen. And here we are talking about Suicide Squad again. And this is an interesting film. I remember being really excited about it because we were getting Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. We were getting Jared Leto as the Joker. And I was under the impression that the Joker was the villain of this movie. And that just wasn't the case. If they made Jared Leto's Joker the main villain of this movie, the quality of this film would have shot up in some sort of, I don't know, a high percentage, I would say, because the main villain of this movie was so dumb, and it really took away from what was kind of a fun movie leading up to it. So it's the Suicide Squad. It is a bunch of villains used for, as anti-heroes at the behest of this government agency. And they're basically used as almost under protest, like they have these little bombs in their necks. And we have, some big stars in this. As I said, Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. Jared Leto is the Joker, and Will Smith as Deadshot, right? Deadshot. And they're your big names. They're the big ones. Then you got a couple character actors, spread about. And it's not like these are famous villains. It's not a bunch of famous villains. And Jared Leto is not part of the Suicide Squad, and he's not the villain. He's just kind of the B story. And he, of course, he's the first Joker that we see since Heath Ledger. And what I like is that is the Joker of the Christopher Nolan Batman universe. This is a different world. This is the DC Comics. This is the Justice League. This is the Snyderverse, whatever you want to call it. This is like DC proper. And he is the Joker for this universe. There is interaction. They kind of tease him or his existence a little in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. They, of course, highlight him in this film, not enough. And we're not done seeing Jared Leto as the Joker, which is interesting. And I'll get to that. So they get all these guys together, and it's kind of like, hey, let's introduce you to a bunch of these people, some better than others. One guy, so Will Smith, his big thing is he's an amazing shot. That's it. There's a dude called El Diablo who can become fire. There's Captain Boomerang, which, again, sounds silly. Jay Courtney, who is not Tom Hardy, he was pretty good in it. He played the fun kind of, off-kilter Australian fella. Then we had Harley Quinn already in prison. We kind of get her backstory, and that's where you get some Joker peppered in. We have Katana, who's there, which I know, is she the same Katana? She's not from, like, Teen Titans, is she? And, like, is supposed to be, what's his name? God, I get all these names. Not Deadshot, not Deadpool. Deadshot's in this, Deadpool's in Marvel. But he wears a mask also. You know who I'm talking about. He's been in, was he in? He was in Justice League. Oh no, they teased him in Justice League. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The point is, you get all these guys together. Now, what are they there for? They're there because of a witch. That was the effing dumbest. Is dumbest the right word? Most dumb? Enchantress. And, you know, in comics, not everything will portray. Not everything put to film will work. Okay? Sometimes things are just, hey, that's really comic booky. And this was kind of comic booky. I was with it. She gets possessed by this enchantress. And every time she says enchantress, she turns into the witch, which I guess the witch's name is Enchantress. But Amanda Waller, Viola Davis, who she's great in this. She is, I guess, because she tracked down the heart of the Enchantress, that she kind of has hold over her, so they want to use her as a weapon, but the Enchantress outsmarts them and finds some random dude and breaks this shampoo bottle, this ancient shampoo, I know it's not a shampoo bottle, open, and the smoke goes into this guy's mouth, and now I guess he becomes the Enchantor. Now I want there to be like a perfume, Enchantress by Macy's. I was okay. I was on board with it then, but at that point still. Again, this is my second time seeing this. I was okay. All right. I forgot that she and him... I forgot she was the villain. I was like, I remember the big, CGI doofus-looking guy. But I forgot that she actually made it worse. She was like... And I forget... Let me look up the actress's name. Carla... I want to say... what was her name? What was her name? I'm gonna sing a little song till I find out the actress' name. Oh yeah, the Cara Delevingne. Cara Delevingne. I know I don't know it. But at the end of the movie, and I'm not going to do the whole movie. I can't do this whole friggin' movie again. But at the end of the movie, she's like telling him, "You will join me," and she's doing this like weird like movement with her arms and like talking. She's fully possessed by the Enchantress at this point, but she has like her full strength back, and she's like, "Yes, you will join me, and I will teach you who you are. Give you what you want." It was bad. It was not good. It was the opposite of good, which I'm classifying as bad. But I guess the fire guy beats the big doofus-looking guy, and then the crocodile man threw a bomb, and the Fresh Prince shot the bomb, and they blew up the Enchantress. But the girl was still under some of the Enchantress skin, and she came back and was alive at the end. But at one point, the witch, I'm not even going to say, I can't keep doing it anymore. I'm annoying myself. But she's like, "Go on." And he was going to crush the heart, even though his girlfriend was still in there. There was a soldier whose girlfriend's in there. Who gives a shit? And he's like, the witch says, "You don't have the balls." And I'm like, really? That is bad writing, that some ancient witch is going to say you don't have the balls. It's not like I don't know. It's has she been exposed to Western culture and knows that these colloquialisms, is that the right word? I think I just used that correctly, which is, I'm impressed. That kind of stuff bothers me. CGI was okay. The acting was fine. I thought Margot Robbie was awesome as Harley Quinn. Obviously, she was the breakout star of this movie, and she got her own spin-off of it, which I've talked about again on this past year's movie month. And obviously, they really like her because they're putting in her other things. Seeing Batman, seeing the Batmobile, I liked all that. Jared Leto as the Joker, guess what? I liked it. It was just it was a younger, wilder, kind of, jacked up, almost like, I don't want to say millennial, even though Jared Leto's not like that young, but he just felt younger than the other Jokers. And it was like he just played it like this more boisterous, kind of slick clown prince. And I was cool with it. I just wish you got more. And it looked, and we are getting more because, as you all know, we're getting the Snyder Cut. In fact, that is kind of the unofficial finale of big screen Batman. We're going to watch Justice League. We're going to watch the original version of Justice League that is on HBO Max right now. Then in March, we will be watching the Snyder Cut. And in the Snyder Cut, they gave Zack Snyder $70 million to add and finish and complete and reconceptualize, I guess, this movie that is Justice League. And I want to watch the original Justice League. Then I want to watch the Snyder Cut over and over again, the 4-hour version. Then I want to read all the articles telling me the differences. But one of the differences is they shot something new with Jared Leto as the Joker. My guess is it's not going to be much. My guess is he's caught. My guess is he's in Arkham. They show him, looks like he's inside of some kind of cell, and he's got long hair. Maybe that's only part of it. I don't know. I am so excited for this. Look, if it ain't great, guess what? I don't care. I'm seeing something with Superman on it, something with Batman on it, and something could be new. I don't know. Did they get Affleck to do something new? Probably not. That doesn't mean they couldn't fake it with CGI and stuntmen. Did they get Henry Cavill to do something new? I don't think so, but they have stuff on the cutting room floor, right? So I'm pumped for that. Again, I don't want to talk too much about that now. I'm still talking about Suicide Squad. And I like that they talked about, hey, Superman's on our side. We were lucky. He shared our ideals. But what happens if the next Superman comes out of the sky and he's evil? And I've always liked that idea because it's true. And that's kind of Lex Luthor's whole thing. Like, why should we trust this guy? He could just look at he kind of works at his own. He does whatever he wants. Great, he's good, but he does whatever he wants, and that power is not good to have. So they talk. That was whole Amanda Waller's thing. She's like, "Look, we need to fight fire with fire, and these bad guys are our best hope for the bad things that are going to happen." And of course, at the end, we got Bruce Wayne, and I don't think she knows it. She's like, "Why do you care about these people?" He's like, "I'm trying to make friends." She's like, "You should stop working nights." And I was like, "Oh, he works at night because he's Batman." Okay. So I forgot that Jared Leto was in this as much as he was, and he's not in Suicide. He's not in the Birds of Prey. They fake that. That's not him. They just show this guy's back a little bit, but he's there to break Harley out. He's there to save her. He's there to break her out at the end. He's there in some flashbacks. The problem is he is so much more interesting than most of the Suicide Squad that he brings something to the screen every time he's there, which highlights, I should say, the weakness of the rest of the Suicide Squad. I don't care about the El Diablo guy who lights fires. There was Native American guy. I'm like, I barely remember him. Well, that's because they blew his head up like 5 minutes in. Even the Boomerang guy. Look, he's good for a laugh here and there. I don't care. I cared every time Joker was on screen. So I wish we got more Mr. J. And we will. We will. And I know they joked about, like, what is it, the Goyer cut or whatever they want to... the Ayer cut, right? This is Ayer, not Goyer. That there's a better cut out there with more Joker. I don't think we'll ever get that, but you never know. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What else? What else to talk about? I don't think I want to talk about this movie anymore. I'm tired, and I'm not putting this out tonight, but I'm recording it on a Thursday night. You'll be getting it on a Friday. Will Smith. I thought Will Smith was really good in this. You know, he's Will Smith. He can play this, like, bad guy, but you still kind of like him. He still seems like he's got a conscience, but he's also cocky, and has some jokes. So he's always he can play a likable guy very easily, and he did that in this. I forgot Ike Barinholtz is in this as a prison guard, as a prick prison guard, and I'm a big fan of Ike. I didn't know him much from Mad TV, but I became a big fan of him for his appearances on the Stern Show. So it was fun to see him, and his brother plays Marcus on Superstore, and I just wanted to say that he's hilarious. He's really dopey on that show, very good. Like when I first saw him, I thought, oh, he's Ike Barinholtz's brother, and I don't even know his name, but he's great on Superstore, which is almost done, unfortunately. So, and speaking of almost done, I'm not almost done. I am done, my friends. I think we did it. I don't know. I don't think I want to talk about this much anymore. But we did see Batman. He did technically fight the Joker a little bit. He did, some hand-to-hand combat with Deadshot, technically, even though it was Will Smith in a really cool hat. And lastly, we did see Bruce Wayne getting the files of the Flash and of Aquaman and the Enchantress, even though we don't ever need to see her again. Because Bruce Wayne's putting together a team, a league, a league that is hell-bent on justice. So that's why I've included this movie in Big Screen Batman. It's not a Batman movie, but it is a movie with Batman and the Flash. Technically, the Flash is there. He stops one of the guys. So this is 2 movies in a row that we have Batman and the Flash. Ezra Miller, right? He's the Flash. And we're going to see Justice League again very soon, but we will not be seeing Justice League next. Because while Justice League was released in November of 2017, there was another movie featuring Batman released in February of 2017. And that's what we'll be doing next on Big Screen Batman. But until then, my friends, you can find me on Twitter at Geek Mentality, on Instagram at Geek Mentality. The website is fansnotexperts.com. And this is my... Wait, I should say something first. Folks, are you Superman fans? Are you Batman fans? Let me tell you, I have another podcast. And I want you to check it out. I implore you, I beg for you to check it out. Just subscribe. Listen to an episode or two. There's only 2 episodes, so that's all you can do. Episodes come out every Monday. It's called Reaction Comics. I'm going back to the 1930s, and I'm reading the old Action Comics from the old Superman comics. So someday I'll read the Superman comics. Right now I'm reading the old Action Comics, starting with Action Comics number 1. And guess what comes after that? Action Comics number 2. It works out perfectly. I'm reading these, and I'm talking about them. I'm poking fun at them because they're a little dated. And Superman's not quite the Superman we know today. So it's a lot of fun. If you check it out, Reaction Comics, you can find it at fansnotexperts.com. You can find it on Apple. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Hotmail. You can find it everywhere. So that's all I wanted to say. That's my new podcast. This is Big Screen Batman. My name is Mike, and here is my theme song.
This is my podcast, I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans not experts.